Hi guys, so today I'm going to do a smoky eye demo. So I've already got my base on, and when I go for a slightly heavier eye, I tend to wear a foundation as opposed to a CC cream. I wear CC cream every day, it's my favourite foundation. But when I go for a stronger eye makeup, I prefer a more fuller base that's kind of got more of a matte finish because I just feel like it suits my skin better. So have a play around with the different textures on your face. Okay, so eye makeup. I am going to go in first with eye primer. So put a little bit on the back of my hand and take my ring finger, which is the best for blending, and then blend all the way from the lash line up to the brow. And then what I'm going to do is something a little bit different. So these are our new lip duos, lots of different colours, but I'm going to use Redwood, which is the kind of the darker brown, so it's that kind of middle shade there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop a little bit on my eye as an eye base. So I've always liked to use kind of like an eye paint or something on my eye with a bit of colour in it to give it a density when doing a really smoky eyeshadow. So I was really pleased when they brought out these, because I thought maybe, just maybe, the fact that it's got a matte quality, maybe I'll be able to use this in a slightly different way. So here goes. So I'm going to take my kind of precision eye shadow brush from the brush roll. I'm going to take some of the colour and I'm going to work it across my lid, sort of about to the socket line. And so I'm going to take it into that inner corner. And so because it's matte, it will dry quite quickly. Don't worry if it doesn't look very blended, because you're going to go over the top with eyeshadow to blend through it. And so what this is giving me, it's giving me a kind of a really nice reddy brown base. And that kind of like rusty brown, reddy brown look is really, it's been in for a while. But I just feel like this is going to give us a really good starting point. So I'm just going to need a little bit more colour. And so have a play with all the different colours. I feel like jasmine, this one here, could be really beautiful for like a really peachy eye. You could go for that as a base and go over the top with like opal. And then you could even like sort of go in with like a grey smoky liner, because grey and peach work really well together. But for this one, we're going to blend. You could even run a bit of it underneath the eye in a minute as well, but we'll just work that into place. So because it's matte, again, you just need to work quite quickly and quite firmly with it as well. But again, don't worry if you feel like you're making a bit of a mess. I always feel like I'm making a bit of a mess on myself. Okay, so, and if you were doing a really smoky eye, you could always do the eyes first. That's a nice tip, that you can do your eyes first, clean off any mess, and then go in and do your nice fresh base afterwards. Okay, so what I might just do is take my Easy on the Eye makeup remover, just with a little cotton wool, and just there, I just feel like I just need to clean up, just around there. Perfect. Okay, cool. So, I'm going in with my palette. So I've chosen to put all 24 colours in a bigger palette because I feel like it travels better with me. And you can get them from any makeup shop or online, or Etsy's pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to go in with quite a dark colour as my base because we've already gone quite dark. So I'm going to go in with Sequoia, which is this one here. It's like the rusty, that one there, rusty brown. Usually with Sequoia, I tend to put opal on as a base, then bluff into sort of buffing it into the middle, and then Sequoia at the edges. So I don't often use Sequoia as a base itself, but because we're going to go for like a dark smoky eye, And that's what I'm going to do. So what I'm doing is I'm using my slightly fluffier brush. I'm patting the colour into place, and then when there's hardly any colour left on the brush, I'm just giving you a big blend. So can you see the difference between the two eyes now? That's really smoked that up. And it's up to you on the shape. I mean, for me, I always prefer a slightly more rounded eyeshadow look. I'm not sure why. But for some of you, you might want to sweep it right out to the side, and that's cool as well. So it really depends on your eye shape, and it depends on how you like to wear your eye makeup. There are no hard and fast rules. You do whatever you want to do. If you've got hooded eyes, which I believe I'm getting, you can take your darker colour up beyond the socket line, and that reduces that space of sort of the overhanging skin underneath the eyebrow, and it's like an optical illusion, so sometimes that really helps. Some people put like a bright white colour as a highlight under the brows, and if they've got kind of a hooded lid, that really doesn't do you any favours because it's accentuating that area of skin. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a really, what am I going to go for? Let's go for truffle. Yeah, truffle. This bad boy here. And I'm just going to start to work. So I'm going to go back in with my precision brush. And I'm going to add that at the corners. And I'm just going to pat it into place. And then blend with my fluffy brush. So if you blend with nothing on the brush, what happens is you don't end up then flicking the colour all over your nose, which is easily done. But if you like pat the colour into place first, particularly when you're working with dark colours, it doesn't matter how, I mean, look how garish that looks. It doesn't look very nice at all. But then what you do is once you've got the colour placement, then you can blend with your fluffy brush. It's taking shape. So when you go this heavy on the top, it really does make sense to do a little something underneath. So I'm going to take my little bit of my lip duo, my precision brush. I'm just going to wash it underneath, just to connect the top and bottom. And with this look, I'm going to go right into that inner corner. Now you might find once you've done this, if you've done your foundation first, that you'll probably want to go in and put a little bit of concealer underneath. Alright, getting there. So then I'm going to take my Sequoia again, and flick off the excess, and then run that over the top. So it's a really, really warm brown sort of combo that we've done here. You can see that it's all really soft focused as well. And what using like reddy or orange sort of based colours does on my eyes, because my eyes are kind of, they're greeny blue, and most of the time they look green, but using a more reddy or orange base colour on my eyes brings out the sort of the more of the blue in my eyes, because it's the opposite side of the colour spectrum. Same with kind of purples and greens. Okay, so you can see that that's, I can see a bit of glitter under my eye there, all good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use hold tight. use our black eyeliner pencil. I'm going to use that inside, so I'm going to do that on the waterline. So I'm going to open the eye up. This is something my mum has done for years, and I remember my first school disco. I remember my hair being crimped. I was wearing a Laura Ashley dress that my grandmum bought me. And I remember Mum opening my eyes and putting kohl eyeliner inside. And it's actually something that I always wear now if I'm going to do a strong eye makeup. I kind of feel naked without it. Some people think it closes the eyes, but I don't think that matters if you've done a big eye makeup around the outside. So, here we go. I'm going to do the mascara now because I might feel like I want to add something, but I won't know until I've done the mascara. So here we go, it's a long story, packed full of protein, so it physically builds the lashes as well as making them look good. And I love the lengthening quality of this mascara. It's not clumpy, splash proof, and it just makes my lashes lovely and long. And if I really want to build them up so that they're super thick, I can just do a couple of layers. And then with this look, you've got to put some on the bottom. I never used to wear mascara on the bottom, but more and more so these days. I really love that top and bottom look. But again, it's all personal preference. There's no right and wrong. I know instantly what's missing here, and maybe you can see too. So I'll let you do some guessing work while I finish off. Okay. So, really like the eyes, but I feel like they're lost because I haven't done my brows. So some people like to do brows first or brows afterwards. Doesn't really matter, but how I like to do brows is I like to brush all of the hair in the wrong direction. And in fact, that is a look on the catwalk right now that's quite fashionable. Bedhead brow, just that and some eyebrow gel, but I am just going to brush them back in the right direction because I'm not on the catwalk. And as you can see, I've smudged my mascara, so that's all good. There we go, let's get that off. Cool. And then back in the other direction. I'm then going to use my eyebrow pencil and start from the inner lower corner and just draw the line in along to the bottom line. And I'm not going to go any further than this line here, okay? So I don't want to pull the eye down. And then I'm going to start to fill in. Now I quite like a natural brow. I don't mind a bit of bushiness. I don't even pluck mine anymore. I quite like all the little random crazy hairs. But can you see the difference between the two? That's a bit more rustic, but this just makes it look more polished because the eye makeup's really strong, for me at least. I feel like it needs that sharpness with the brows. So again, I'll just do that on the other side. So start from the inner corner, go all the way along, coming down, and then start to fill it in through there. Spend hours on your brows just getting them absolutely perfect, but for me that's enough. And then a bit of eyebrow gel, and I just kick the hairs upwards and outwards because again I like it quite bushy, and then out they go. And that's pretty much it. I would then just probably have like a really nude lip. And just clean up around there. So you can see it's really soft focus. You can't really, I mean, we've used really strong colours, but they don't look it doesn't, you can't see the hard edges. You can see that it's blended back. You can go in with a little bit of eyebrow highlight, but I think with this look, it's quite nice not to keep those colours in place and not to kick against it too much with anything sort of goldy or especially silvery. But you can see just in here, I could probably just do with a little bit more concealer. And then I'll just put something peachy on my lips. Maybe a bit of mallow. Here we go. Let's go for a bit of mallow. But first, and always first, the lip treatment. Especially going into winter, my lips get so dry. So this is like my miracle product. Whack that on. Et voila, smoky eyes and just a soft gloss on the lip. Hope that helps. Bye.